Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, earlier on today, we got a brand new title update, the 1.36 update in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. And for the most part, this was like a gameplay fix and sort of hot fix update to adjust some issues and some other exploits and bugs and glitches. But in Warzone specifically, we ended up seeing a brand new meta update included with this, with a bunch of different weapon changes, mainly nerfs to the majority of the main meta weapons. And so today, I wanted to break down the new general top 10 best weapons / loadouts you want to be running in game. As we get into the setups, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated, and it does really help grow the channel. And if you're new here, or if you're part of that 50% of viewers watching who have not already subscribed, let's change that, because every single day I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns. It's all right here, so feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. So in general, like I said, we're not really going in any particular order in terms of the weapons initially, but I do want to cover the perks and equipment just real quick in case you want to apply these to all your loadouts. I use the same setup for perks and equipment on all my setups. So initially, smokes, super clutch for pushing, for rotating, for giving yourself instant cover. Knives, semtexes, frags, all great depending on what mode you're trying to play and how you want to approach knocks. I like the insta finishes, so knives are pretty clutch for me. Frags are great, those semtexes are great. Even the what are they called, the what's the name of the one explosive one, the thermobaric, this one's really good too in certain cases, so you got plenty of options there. And then for perks, very basic in general here. Perk package 1, I'm going perk slot 1, double time, sleight of hand as well, and then tempered and bird's eye. Just really plays well into aggressive gameplay, gives you good information, gives you good health as well. Like I said, that applies to every single setup. But first up here, we're starting with the Bruen, one of my favorite guns in the game. This thing's TTK was not updated today, so it's still just as good as it was before the update, and it is insane. Mid-range, long range, it's gonna fry, one of the fastest time to kills in the entire game, while also being incredibly easy to use. So first up here, I'm going for the Spirit Fire Suppressor. You're gonna see this on a lot of my mid to long range guns that are relatively lower recoil. This is helping out with the recoil, but also better range and velocity as well, so just increasing the efficiency there. I got the Horizon Barrel. This helps out with velocity and control, makes it even more effective with where we're trying to use it. The Choke Angled Under Barrel is great here. It helps out with horizontal control and also some movement, so it becomes more aggressive here. Only hurts the vertical control a little bit, which is not a huge deal on a gun like this. 60 round mag makes it even more aggressive, snappy, AR LMG hybrid like. And then I like the MK3 reflector here. If you want to go for the Eagle Eye 2.5 times or a slate or a different optic, always go for your preference there. But yeah, the Bruen was not updated with today's patch, so it is still absolutely dominating. The Pulemyot is also still insane. Wasn't buffed or nerfed with today's update, so its TTK is still phenomenal, specifically with the conversion kit on here. This again feels very much so like an AR LMG hybrid, just in this case it's with a 100 round mag LMG that you can just spray and pray with. So obviously we've got the conversion kit on there. I also go for the TL20 rear grip, helps out with control and stability, just makes it super accurate over the mid to long range. I do go for the Eagle Eye 2.5 times in this case, but again, go with whatever you're the most comfortable with for your optic. With the conversion kit, you get the Annihilator long barrel. This is just better velocity and range. I already find this to be a pretty low recoil weapon, so this is just going to make it a bit more efficient over the long range. And then again, Spirit Fire Suppressor, control, velocity, and damage. That little 3-in-1 combo working great for the mid to long range as well. But you can even run and gun with this thing just because the conversion kit here makes it so aggressive, and I love the feel of it. And then another LMG that is still frying because it was not updated today is the TAC Eradicator. This one's a little bit tricky because you have to get used to the mixed fire rates. Obviously, the first couple of bullets fire super fast. If you land your shots in that time period, this thing's nuts. But even as the fire rate slows down, so long as you are consistently dealing damage and hitting your shots, it's still going to feel like it's frying because it's got a really competitive TTK as well. So again, Spirit Fire Suppressor, no surprises there. Choke Angled Grip, Bruen Heavy Support's a really good option here too. Or if you're comfortable with the control, going for like a mobility-based underbarrel like the Hand Stop, for instance, could be a good alternative as well. No extended mag, 75 works just fine here, so instead I go for the Combat Grip, just basic control benefits there. I've got the Core Stock, which is also better control and better stability, making it more accurate, easy to stay on target consistently. And again, the 2.5 times optic, no changes there for the mid to long range. Kind of a slept on LMG right now, if I'm being honest. Now with today's update, the FR556 was actually nerfed, but what they nerfed was the close damage, the max damage range. So from the mid to long range, this thing is still going to be very, very competitive, and also it's just laser accurate between bursts, so it's super easy to stay on target, meaning meaning for mid to long range gunfights, this is going to be still a great option. It's just not nearly as universally good as it was, you know, yesterday, for instance, but still a top tier rifle choice for sure. 2.5 times optic, yet again, 60 round extended mag here, your basic extended mag you're going to need for pretty much anything outside of solos. Because this is a burst weapon, I love the Ripper underbarrel because this is going to help out with the recentering between bursts, which really just makes it more accurate as you're spamming. So that's a super clutch option there. I've got the long bore barrel, better range, better velocity here. You don't get any control benefits. However, I am going through and using the Spirit Fire Suppressor, which obviously does help out with the control some on top of the range and the velocity as well. So again, consistency here for the mid to long range is really what we're focused on, and that's where this is going to thrive the most now post nerf. We also got to talk the KATT because this thing does really thrive now post update even more because they nerfed so many long range options that were just super dominant that a one-shot sniper now stands out even more. So this is going to be even more dominant for those types of engagements, right? And with this is the only sniper in the game you can one-shot kill with any ammo option in the game. So I am using these Spire Point rounds because these give you crazy velocity, and that's really all that matters here for the one-shots. Sonic Suppressor XL also giving you better velocity. The Zang Barrel also giving you better velocity. Range is not relevant here because we're only focused on one shots. I go for the rubberized stock pad just for some better movement slightly. If I need to run with this out, it's not going to be too heavy. And then just behind the face cam, I do have the quick bolt just so I can fire shots faster with the rechambering speed there. Does speed up the rate of fire a tad bit, but this thing, I will go ahead and hide the face cam if you guys want to go for a screenshot, is definitely one of the most lethal long range weapons now, even more potent and even more dominant now post update. Hey everyone, it's holiday season, and if you're looking for the perfect stocking stuffer or gift this year, look no further than G Fuel. Whether you're trying to treat yourself this holiday season or pick up something for some friends or some family, G Fuel's got you covered with a little bit of something for everyone. Whether you're trying to restock on your favorite flavors, maybe try something new, they got the tubs, the starter kits, even just some straight up shaker cups if you're looking to grab a new one of those. If you want to pick up anything at all from the G Fuel site, be sure to go ahead and throw in code IMMORTAL at checkout for that nice little discount. Link for that will be down in the description below if you're interested. Talking a bit of close range here, the Swarm is still a top tier option, was not touched in today's update, and it's got an insane TTK for the first like 6 meters or something, but then even beyond that, it's super consistent. The tricky thing here is either getting used to the iron sights or having to waste an attachment on the optic, just because they do shake a little bit. It can be a bit obnoxious, so I totally understand, you know, maybe wanting to drop a compensator or an underbarrel here in favor of an optic. If you're not a fan of the irons, I've just kind of forced myself to get used to them. That way I can go all in on control and sort of versatility here while keeping it snappy and aggressive. So I go for the Fortress heavy stock. Basically just helps out with control and makes this thing a lot more accurate. 50 round mag, you're going to need this again, especially with the fast fire rate here. I like the hand stop on here. It helps out mainly just with movement. There's no control benefits here, but it makes it more snappy and aggressive, which helps because we are going for control elsewhere. For instance, the Lacerda compensator helps out mainly with horizontal, but gives you some vertical and some gun kick, just makes it way more predictable. And then also the Reckless long barrel, better velocity, range, and control. So this is going to extend that damage range a significant amount and really not hurt your ADS all that much. 13% is not too crazy for a 32% increase in range. So that's actually a super clutch option there. Really love the feel of this. It's been one of my go-to SMGs as like a secondary for those close range engagements. The Rival is also a great close range choice, has fantastic mobility, super easy to use. It's not nearly as obnoxious as the Swarm is with like the shake and the visual recoil. This one's very much so straightforward. I do go for the Shadow Strike suppressor here. It's just a suppressor. It's keeping me off the map. No control, no ADS, nothing there, just to stay off the map. I got the hand stop underbarrel here, helps out with mobility. Yet again, no control benefits. Not really needed here. It's a pretty easy weapon to use. I like the 40 round mag, slightly faster reload than the 50 round, obviously. So that to me is not worth the 10 extra bullets for all the slowdowns associated with that. Vice Assault Grip here is going to be for better control straight up, and it only hurts sway, and that's not relevant with where we're using this. And then same deal with the Tactical Stock. Better mobility here, hurts your sway, your control a little bit, but it's not a huge deal for close range fights. So this thing is a very snappy, super aggressive SMG, great for just more aggressive play styles. Now the Interceptor, yes, it was nerfed today. They ended up reducing the headshot multiplier, which basically means now you have to land an extra shot to the upper body. It's not going to be a 2-shot headshot, 1 body shot potential, 3-shot kill over range anymore. Instead, now it's going to be likely a 3 to 5 shot kill, probably 4 to 5 shots for most players if you're landing consistent chest shots with 1 or 2 headshots in the mix. So it is a nerf, but it's still going to be super good for those that are especially accurate with this. So the skill gap has been raised with this gun, but that skill gap does reward players who are incredibly accurate. So still a top tier option for sure. Eagle Eye 2.5 times optic on here, great for the mid to long range, 20 round extended mag. Ripper underbarrel yet again helping a ton with that recentering and making you more accurate as you are consistently spam tapping it there. I like the long shot pro barrel, especially now because the factored in control is going to make it easier to consistently hit, upper chest, neck, and headshots back to back to back. Then Spirit Fire Suppressor, control, velocity, range, no real changes there. So yes, it's nerfed. You're no longer going to insta die to this thing, but it's still pretty dominant. Now the Bass B was also nerfed. Its long range and its close range got nerfed, but it wasn't a super significant nerf. It's basically a nerf to make it so that it's not insta killing you close or at long range. It's still going to be really good though. I still prefer it a bit more for long range just because some subs in this game have the great mobility stats and it's nice to have that as a secondary. You can still get away with using it in either situation. Long range though, I think is where it's going to stand out the most now. However, Eagle Eye 2.5 times yet again. 45 round extended mag is going to be the max here for that. Bruen heavy support helps out mainly with horizontal, gives you a tiny bit of vertical and then just general gun kick. So it makes it a lot more predictable there, getting rid of that horizontal bounce. Venom long barrel, control, velocity, range, that 3-in-1 combo. And then as much as I would love to use a suppressor here, this is a heavier recoil gun in the game right now, especially for long range. So I like the Tempest GH50, helps out a little bit with horizontal, a good amount with vertical. That said, TIE LR8 is great because it does more horizontal than vertical. Lockshot's good. It does like a nice mix of each of those. Leveler is great for a good horizontal, good vertical. So any of these four truly is a great choice. There's no real wrong answer between those. So overall, yes, again, nerfed, not nerfed into the ground, still one of the best options in the game. And then this one is maybe a bit of a surprise, but to round things out, the M13B. Statistically, the best MW2 rifle. Its TTK is actually one of the best in the assault rifle category. It's also really easy to use for the most part, low recoil across the board. So M13 absolutely here for the mid to long range meta. We got the Eagle Eye yet again, so no changes there, but if you want to use a different optic, go for it. Aim op or one of the MW2 ones could work here too. 60 round extended mag, basic extended mag. Bruen heavy support here as well, mainly horizontal, tad bit more vertical than before. Only a 6% decrease to ADS is not a huge deal there. Echelon barrel, better range, velocity, and control, of course. And then again, Spirit Fire Suppressor for range, velocity, and control. So the mid to long range becomes way more effective with this combination of attachments, and it's surprisingly good for being an MW2 gun. So that being said, those are the general top 10 best weapons. Like I said, this is not in any particular order. These are just 10 guns that do truly stand out in the meta right now. In the coming days, we'll go through our full meta tier list yet again and update it with the changes that were made with today's patch. But for now, if you're looking for the go-to guns and the setups, these are them. They all absolutely fry still. So that being said, that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.